111 points. That is the exact number that just shattered WNBA history and left the Los Angeles Sparks trapped in a record-breaking nightmare they can never erase. What happens when two of the absolute most dominant forces in women's basketball are suddenly stripped from the court right before tip-off? You get chaos. You get an emotional underdog story for the ages. On June 27, 2026, the Indiana Fever collided with the Los Angeles Sparks in a primetime showdown that everyone expected to be a battle between superstars. Instead, it transformed into a breathtaking offensive masterclass that left the entire basketball community completely stunned. The narrative surrounding this game altered drastically just hours before the opening whistle. The Indiana Fever were forced to take the court without their global phenomenon, Caitlin Clark, who was sidelined by an agonizing back injury. Clark, who had been tearing up the league with an astonishing average of 21.2 points and 8.2 assists per game, was the engine driving Indiana's postseason ambitions. Losing her felt like a fatal blow to the Fever's offensive identity. But across the hallway, the Los Angeles Sparks were facing their own catastrophic reality. Their primary weapon, Kelsey Plum, the second leading scorer in the WNBA with a blistering 23.9 points per game, was ruled out for at least 4 weeks with a severe left leg injury. With the league's most dangerous weapons completely out of the equation, the stage was set for an unpredictable war of depth, grit, and pure desperation. Everyone expected the game to slow down into a sloppy defensive grind. But Tyasha Harris had entirely different plans. Stepping directly into the starting lineup to fill the massive shoes of Caitlin Clark, the Indiana native wasted absolutely no time. Just 45 seconds into the first quarter, Harris pulled up from deep and drilled a beautiful triple to set the tone for the entire night. Harris played with a level of poise and authority that completely disarmed the Sparks' defensive game plan. She wasn't just managing the game, she was orchestrating an absolute track meet. Harris finished the night with a spectacular season-high 16 points, proving to the basketball world that the Fever's roster possesses lethal depth. While Harris sparked the flame, Kelsey Mitchell and Aliyah Boston turned Gainbridge Fieldhouse into an absolute inferno. Boston went to work immediately in the interior, displaying unmatched physicality. She scored 15 of her 17 total points in the first half alone, single-handedly anchoring the paint and grabbing 7 crucial rebounds to give Indiana a commanding 57-37 lead at the break. But the real devastating blow came from the perimeter, where Kelsey Mitchell put on a historic scoring exhibition. Mitchell was completely unstoppable, torturing the Sparks' perimeter defense by hitting 9 of her 13 field goal attempts. She exploded in the third quarter for 13 points, blowing the game wide open and pushing the Fever's lead to a staggering 33 points. This wasn't just a great game for Mitchell, it was a legendary milestone. Her 4 triples moved her to 716 career three-pointers, putting her just 11 away from tying the iconic Katie Douglas for the 7th most in WNBA history. Furthermore, it marked her 121st career game scoring 20-plus points, tying her with Brittany Griner for the 15th most in league history. For the Los Angeles Sparks, this game quickly devolved from a competitive matchup into a historic, heartbreaking disaster. Nneka Ogwumike fought valiantly, fighting through immense pressure to finish with 17 points and 7 rebounds. Dearica Hamby chipped in 15 points before eventually fouling out of the contest under the relentless pressure of Indiana's inside game. But the Sparks' defensive scheme completely collapsed. They allowed the Fever to shoot an incredibly efficient 55.2% from the field, 52.6% from behind the arc, and surrendered a dominant 41-25 deficit on the glass. With the final buzzer cementing the 111-87 scoreline, the Sparks unexpectedly carved their names into the league's history books for all the wrong reasons. They officially became the first team in WNBA history to surrender 110-plus points in back-to-back games. When the dust finally settled in Indianapolis, the sheer scale of what the Indiana Fever accomplished became undeniable. By scoring 111 points, they secured their 7th game of 100-plus points in the 2026 season alone. This shattered their previous franchise record of 4, distancing them far ahead of the Las Vegas Aces to lead the entire WNBA in high-octane offensive production. The Fever didn't just win a game without their superstar leader, they sent a terrifying warning shot to the rest of the league. They proved that their culture is resilient, their bench is lethal, and their offensive firepower is built to withstand any adversity. This record-breaking explosion leaves the basketball world with one burning question that everyone is debating tonight. Can the Indiana Fever maintain this historic offensive efficiency and genuinely win a WNBA championship if Caitlin Clark faces long-term injury trouble, or was this blowout simply a byproduct of a completely broken Los Angeles Sparks defense? Drop your deep analytical takes and bold predictions in the comments section below. If you love deep dive narratives, emotional underdog sports stories, and high-energy breakdowns just like this, make sure to smash that like button right now. Don't forget to subscribe to us directly at US Highlight Junction 128 so you never miss another epic, high-stakes documentary from the world of American sports. Thank you for watching, and we will see you on the very next kickoff.